This summer, only on the Superstation. The world's best athletes come to New York to compete on the world's biggest stage. The 1998 Goodwill Games. Where the world's best prove it. The 1998 Goodwill Games are coming to New York. Watch the world's best prove it. Only on the Superstation.
We here, we on the Superstation. Jake, come on. Beats get you open to play and be like a terror. Games on your station, Monday night, a new era. Coast to the coast, it's all across the nation. Sports fans, Monday night is on your Superstation. These are the teams in the NBA. Rip, run,
on TBS, y'all.
Okay. Premiering January 10th. TBS NBA Monday.
In the world's toughest city, the toughest men in America risk their lives doing the toughest jobs. Now they're taking on each other to see who's the toughest of all. FX presents New York Cops versus New York Firemen, a 911 Tough Man special, Friday, September 7th at 9, only on FX.
I think it's bigger than life.
Cops versus firemen?
Yeah, that's
a must-see.
Classic Army-Navy.
Cops know how to fight.
Cop.
I want the cops to win. They're more trained in combat.
They got a lot of experience beating on people.
Firemen are tough. They're big. Real big.
Maybe everybody wants the police to get some of their justice.
See who gets hosed.
See who gets busted.
Tough Man 911.
in New York.
Friday, September 7th at 9, only on FX.
Saturdays 2001, NASCAR on FX, Born to be Wild.
You know, it's been a wild road that I've been on. It all started racing motorcycles when I was 4 years old.
Got him a little motorcycle, a Pee Wee 50, and took him out riding, and I got some exercise chasing him around that day because he couldn't ride it very well. He could go straight all right, but he couldn't turn.
When I was 11 years old, I met Jimmy's mom and dad. We were going to a race down in San Diego. We became really good friends. I ended up babysitting Jimmy, and then later on, we started racing bikes.
He used to change my diapers.
Yeah, he used to change his diapers, but we'll get into that later.
I've been real lucky. I come from a family that my dad drove heavy equipment, and my mom was a school bus driver. My family didn't have the means to put me in cars. You're out there at 190 miles an hour, dealing with a lot of things going on. You're hot, you're scaring yourself every lap, and the heat just pulses through your body. The last few laps is what's the most important thing, and you've got to have the presence of mind to be able to race smart.
He did everything that he could to be a racer. You know, he's got a little sign in his house that says, "Dreams do come true." And for somebody like Jimmy, he deserves it.
It's been a lucky road. I've been in the right place at the right time. I'm really happy with the year we had in 2000. A brand new team, my first time to see these tracks. Really looking forward to a strong 2001. Hopefully top 5 in points and a couple wins would be really nice.
Well, growing up as a kid, we raced bicycles, tricycles, whatever we could race. That's all I've ever known as far as a job, it is racing something. When I'm not racing, I like to get out in the woods, do a little deer hunting. Instinct on the racetrack is knowing who you're racing around and what's going to happen the next lap. You know, in the woods, it's what sound is that, and if that's a deer.
Jeff loves to hunt.
He would do it every day of the year if he could. He would have it made if he could bring home a paycheck.
I'm good at it, but nobody will pay me to do it. Racing and hunting, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of similarities in it. You have to be patient on the racetrack, and you have to be very patient in a deer stand. When I put that steering wheel on, put my helmet on, I've got one job to do, and that's it. I don't think about anything else. I just try to think about keeping the fenders on my race car and see if we can get that thing to the end and see what kind of results we have at the end of the day. That's the best part of our job, is being able to pull in victory lane after a hard day.
I grew up around racing. I started racing go-karts. I got my first one actually for kindergarten graduation. And from that point on, it's been pretty much all I've done and been around for my whole life. Wound up here at a pretty darn good organization that you probably won't get much better than.
Kevin, we had watched him for a couple of years or 3 years out on the West Coast running, and you know, he's the kind of driver that we really like, the style. He's a great spokesman for corporations, and he's got a great future in front of him.
My style is pretty much probably on the aggressive side. I'm probably one of the most laid-back people outside of the race car, but in it, I guess you put on that little face, and that's just the way I've been brought up, to take everything you can get it at any given moment and don't give it back. Well, we had a strong finish last year, and our biggest expectations this year are to contend for the championship. Just be better than we were last year when we started. We think we can do that, and we're working hard to attain those goals, and we'll see what happens when it all starts in Daytona.
I definitely feel like there's a new breed of driver coming up in NASCAR. We're here at Concord Motor Speedway. This is where I got my start. It's the first time I ever drove a real race car here. An old orange Malibu. This is a piece of junk, and I bought it from Dale Earnhardt Jr., and he abused it, and I abused it. I built this car in a week with a good friend of mine. We came out here the first night just kind of going to break it in and see what we had, and we won the race with it the first time out.
I think everybody remembers him for his goofy smile.
I've always been real happy-go-lucky and always smiling. People magazine, one of my more proud moments. You can see I'm trying to flex my arm, trying to show I'm a little, buff. And one of the sexiest athletes, Brad Pitt, here's on the cover. It's given me a lot of bragging rights, and I talk a lot of trash to my friends about it. In this racing deal, you have so many ups and downs and a whole lot of downs. Anytime I've got the chance to smile or be happy, I'm gonna try to be happy.